just different.
Yeah, you already know what it is. Pure money, baby. I keep a couple in the bag, homie, I ain't gotta brag. Even when the hater try to doubt me, I just got another contract. Watch the dollars follow back. Let me tell you one thing about me. Said I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Okay, I like my money pure. I said I like my money pure. Oh no, I like my money pure. The bag is secure. Yeah, I like my money pure. I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Come and hang with the gang. Get some free game added to your mainframe. Gotta keep your mind sharp, you gotta maintain. And it's even better when the squad on the same thing. Steady swishing on the competition. Swish. We ain't tripping about the opposition. We on a mission and we got a vision. People in need, we believe we got a lot. I give a couple in the bag, homie, I ain't gotta brag. Even when the hater try to doubt me, I just got another contract. Watch the dollars follow back. Let me tell you one thing about me. Said I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Okay, I like my money pure. Said I like my money pure. Oh no, I like my money pure. The bag is secure. Yeah, I like my money pure. I like my money pure. I like my money. Been slept on, money never stepped on. We increasing positivity until the stress gone. Satan tried to hold the squad back, but we kept on. We ain't making this up, no Revlon. I ain't trying to make you blush, but this a highlight. We send the high vibes, homie, this a high life. We rising far above the game, that's a flyby. But we still connected to the source, that's that Wi-Fi. Reception, now we answer the call. This squad taking questions.
Oh man, I'm not even talking. My bad. What's happening, guys? All right. What's happening? I see that we had Shirley in the building. My volume was down. My bad. I'm just out here talking. It ain't no sound. I appreciate you letting me know right there, Big Face. We ain't had no sound out there. I was tripping. I be forgetting about this sound stuff to move that up. But I appreciate y'all being here with me today. We're gonna be talking about streamlining your clients, automating this stuff. People to come into our business. This has been an issue that I've noticed with a lot of you business owners, entrepreneurs, is that you're exchanging your time for money and you're still considering your time to equal money. And we got to change that whole model up, man. It's impossible that time can equal money, okay? Time... we don't know when it's going to run out, but we know a guaranteed fact that time is going to run out on each and every one of us. Money is abundance. Like everything is money, whether you know it or not. Like this cell phone that you guys may be listening to me on, right? This is money, right? You paid for it and you can resell it. The cameras and stuff that I'm running on, it's all money. We just converted what we assumed to be the paper money into all of these products around us. So money is of abundance, and since it's of abundance, and time is not, they can't possibly ever be equal. So we can't value those the same way. And I'm going to teach you guys today how you should be incorporating systems into your structure. Definitely if you're doing low ticket items, because you can't you can't talk to everybody, right? If you got an item that's $100, $400, like imagine if you had to talk to everybody in order to get deals done. You know, each person's going to take you about 30 minutes, if not 45 to an hour to talk to. You're going to get exhausted. Plus, you can only sign up but so many people in a day. Right? So since that's not a logical way of growing, we got to be able to streamline this process. And streamlining that process is going to involve tech. Okay, now the beauty about our Thursday calls is we already got the tech tool for you guys. It's SB Money Flow. We've taken our time to build this out for any small business, any niche, to help the thoughts and visions that you have to come into a tech tool that's simple once you start using it, but it incorporates every feature that you need to operate and run your business through automation. We've streamlined everything that you can think of, and if you think of something that we haven't streamlined, you give us a shout out and call, and we'll be able to probably start working on that feature to help you guys out here. But I have a thing. If you're not selling a product or something of that nature over $50,000, everything that you should be doing, we got to automate this stuff because of your time. If you got ebooks, if you got courses, webinars, any of that type stuff, automation needs to come into play. And if your hands get involved at any time in the process, you're now devaluing your time. I want you guys to understand that. My goal is for you guys to stop devaluing your time. Now, if you pay attention to all the big boys out here, all of your Fortune 500 companies, they're laying people off in bulk. You have to ask yourself, why are they laying individuals off in bulk? It's because of tech. And it's simply because thanks to AI and automation, they've been able to streamline solutions that don't involve people. When people get involved, we don't know how they woke up today. We don't know what's going on in their life. They could have had a bad relationship. Somebody could have had a death in the family. All types of things impact people each and every day. Tech and tools, systems, it's working for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And we're going to make sure that we show you guys exactly how to do that here today on our live feed, talking about SB Money Flow. If it's your first time here, each and every week, Tuesday through Thursday, we are live at 7 p.m. Eastern. On Tuesdays is our Dollars to Cents podcast. On Wednesdays, we talk government contracting. And on Thursdays, we talk about the systems and tools that can help each and every one of you guys grow as small businesses. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button. And don't forget, dive in the comments and let us know where you are tuning in from. Now, next week, I'm not for certain yet if I'm going to go live or take a break. Just be on the lookout. You guys will see that up there, all right? Let me see who we got in here before we get the ball rolling. C. Nash, what's happening with you out here in Baltimore? Also, don't forget to put that I am a millionaire in the chat. I appreciate you there, C. Nash. Remember, it starts with your mindset. If you don't believe you're a millionaire, you ain't never going to be a millionaire. All right, Nadir, what's happening with you out here in the DMV, Demeter out in North Kakalaka? We got Larry, what's happening with you out in Hampton, VA? What's good? Z, another millionaire, is in the building. That's what I'm talking about. Lewis, what's happening? I see we got Tuxedo Transport out in Wisconsin over on Instagram. What's happening to y'all? With y'all. Ships out in Houston was good. Pleasure being here. Lewis said he's out in Colorado. I like Colorado. Elga out in Atlanta, what's happening? We got Carla out in New York. Carla, you are never going home. I'm just convinced now. You just staying in New York. Appreciate you being here. We got Les Royal Coating LLC out in North Carolina. What's happening with you? Miki, I hope I said that right. I say that every time, right? Alabama, I think it's the picture and the name. When I look at it together, it kind of threw me off. You know what I'm saying? Messing up. Making me doubt myself. We got Greg over on Instagram out in Atlanta as well. I appreciate you being here. We got Big Face Trucker out in Atlanta. Instagram folks, I'm going to do a widescreen today in order to show you guys how to streamline this process. So if you actually want to see what's going on, you're probably going to need to come over to the YouTube so you can actually see the full video. Cool? She said, I'm going home in February. Carly, we don't believe you. The real Don Watt out in Indiana. What's going on with you? Pleasure being here. Thank you. Don't forget, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this out with 3 other entrepreneurs. We're about to dive in here and start looking at how do we streamline our processes and what have I already put together for you guys when you join SB Money Flow, guys. So let's change the screen over here and we are going to dive into SB Money Flow. If at any time you guys want to join SB Money Flow, let me put this link in the chat. You go to www.sbmoneyflow.com. And guys, it's called SB Money Flow because it's a small business money flow. We got one system that's going to flow your money with B2C, B2B, and B2G. But we're talking about streamlining stuff. Now, I'll show you guys how you can do your own thing. And then first I'm going to show you what we've created. And then I'll show you guys how you can go about doing your own thing when you get inside of SB Money Flow. But I always say this. The easiest way to understand how to use any tool, I don't care if it's my tool or any other tool out there, you will not be able to use the tool to perfection for yourself if you don't write out what things are going to look like. So let me give you guys a view. I actually use Zoom. I'm not sure if their whiteboard feature is part of the paid Zoom account or not, but I do pay for Zoom, so it could be. But you can get any whiteboard. Don't allow the excuse of not having Zoom be the reason that you don't keep moving forward with this. So let me move this over here so I can show you guys. All right, so you zoom in. Now, this is my business. This is my entire, well, except for the IT company that does government contracts. It's not that side of the house. Come on, will you not let me move? There we go. All right. So this is my business, right? And you guys should get in the habit of this with your whiteboards. The more you can map stuff out, the easier it gets. A tool like SB Money Flow, I had to build it and think about all small businesses. I thought about the admin small business. I thought about the real estate small business, the insurance company, the HVAC company, a restaurant. I thought about any local business that utilizes Google My Business, right? So any local niche that needs leads, I had to think about. Every online business that needs leads, I had to think about. So when you get this tool like SB Money Flow, it's so powerful and it has so many features that I don't want you guys to get mixed up in everything that it can do, because you're probably not going to need 80% of it, maybe even 90% of it. But the only way to understand what you need is to write it out. So what you need to first start doing, and this is with any system, guys, it just doesn't matter. I want to ask, put in the chat, yes or no. You don't need to, it's okay to tell the truth. Y'all know how I say it. Do you have a mapped out plan for your business? Like, is it in a whiteboard? Is it in a diagram of some form? Do you have sticky notes all over the place that maps out how the business flows? Put a yes or a no in the chat. Now, it took me a while to understand this, guys. I didn't just start out understanding the flow of business. I was playing around, just creating stuff. But what ended up happening is once I mapped it out and could see what was going on, I started to understand everything that I needed. And honestly, this is where most of the businesses fail. And I see we got a lot of no's in here, right? That's okay. But after tonight, you can't say that you don't know anymore, okay? You've learned. You can just go pull out a piece of paper. You ain't got to get fancy with the, I'm still not 100% educated on, like, when you do these flow diagrams, like every triangle and square and circle is supposed to mean something. I don't have time to figure that out. Guys, you can make your own legend, okay, and say every square and red and blue circle equals this and triangle equals that. You don't have to go by the textbook of everything, right? You could create your own flow diagram, but you got to have some type of flow. So I'm showing you guys mine. Pure Money Legacy is my nonprofit. Pure Money Legacy is the brand, all right? Pure Money is everything. It's the base. It's the foundation. Now, Pure Money can go two ways. Boom. We have an education side of Pure Money, and we got our softwares and tools side of Pure Money. So I need to understand that when somebody comes into my ecosystem, I'm either sending them this way or that way. If they happen to go through the tools route, then I say, okay, well, what tools do I have available? And then I have my Pure Money AI and I have my SB Money Flow. Now, if I want you guys to understand what these arrows mean, and you can put triangles right here, whatever you need to do that's going to equal a if-then statement. Do you guys understand what an if-then statement is? Put a fire emoji in the chat if you understand what an if-then statement means, right? Of course, you guys know I'm going to tell you anyways. But the key to tech into your business is you're going to have a whole lot of if-then statements. The more if-then statements that you can have, the better I know that your system is twerking right. So when we go through these diagrams and we have a split, you got to put an if-then statement there. So if I was to take this and say, okay, this is my if-then statement, I'm going to put that right here. Let me see how I can color this in with red. That's my if-then statement. And it's simply this. I'll put a question right here and say, hey, are you interested in getting an AI tool to help you with blah, blah, blah? Or are you interested in getting SB Money Flow to help you with your CRM, find contracts and blah, blah, blah? That's how my user needs to see it. So it's a form, a questionnaire, something of that nature. However you want to do it, this is the beauty about it. It's your design. Now, if you guys are in my 30-day challenge and you guys listen to what I'm telling you, you're going to be cheating this if-then statements. You don't have to guess about it because you're going to literally be finding those companies that are already successful at building this, and then you'll see their if-then statements. When you got options, those are if-then statements. So basically, I'm coming up with an if-then. If they hit 2, I could say if they DM me SB Money Flow. Right? So now it's going to go through the flow. It's going to come to this if-then statement in the system. I'm going to say, hey, if I get a DM for Instagram that says SB or get started, whatever I want, then go over to SB Money Flow. If the statement does not say SB, go over to Pure Money AI because that's the only 2 options that I got. Right? Now you can get deeper. I kept this one basic for right now, because I wanted to draw out all of my carts first. I always start with my offers first because then I can always go back and create the flow of how the offers need to go. So I say Pure Money AI. All right, if they come to Pure Money AI, check it out. I got another if-then statement. See how these if-then statements keep popping up? If they approach here and they want the GovCon basics, follow this flow. If they want full access to the Pure Money AI and all of its capabilities, follow this flow. If they want to build their own custom AI for their own business and don't want any one of these two offers, send them the custom build flow. Now, I didn't finish building that out, but then I said, okay, well, after they were to purchase one of these options, well, now they need to have an order bump. Do they want to join my GovCon University? Because if they're going to get an AI tool to use for GovCon, because that's the only thing that I talk about. So if they're going to get an AI tool to help them with GovCon, the order bump is going to be an option that they're only going to get the best deal on this page right now for my GovCon University. I mean, they should need that next. And then I say, okay, well, if they don't select the order bump for GovCon University, my next option is, well, if they get the Pure Money AI, chances are they're going to need the CRM and the whole other system that I need. So I give that special price for a one-time offer right here, all while they have their credit card open and they're in an emotional state. Now, I'm telling you guys the sales secrets. You know what I'm saying? I'm still going to sell because this is just how you sell. Okay. Look at Amazon. What does Amazon do to you every time you put something in the cart? They say, but wait, these 3 items go with it too. I'm not doing nothing different than what they do. I'm telling you, these are the techniques of the Fortune 500. They all do it. Let me tell you, I don't have to ask who are the best salespeople in the world. I just got to go look at the Fortune 500. They have proven results that they know how to sell better than anybody else in this world because they generate the most revenue. So if you want to generate a lot of revenue, I ain't going to say the most because that's a lot of catching up. And I personally don't know anybody who has caught up to them. So I can't even lie and say this helps you catch up to them. But it do put a lot of money in your pocket. And that's all that matters. It's the system. It's the streamlining the process that they've mastered. And you can do the exact same thing too if you follow the flow. Because what ends up happening is it raises the value to each one of your clients. And guys, at the end of the day, we need more money. And we need more money faster. So instead of letting them check out on one item, I got the other items I know that they need, but I didn't present it all to them at once because I would have scared them away. But if I put it as an order bump and I put it as a one-time offer, cool. Same thing with the full access. This is the flow. Now, if I come over here to the education side, I'm going to say the same thing. Okay, it comes over here. Sorry, got to keep going. I got GovCon cheat codes and I got my live events. That's where I do education at. Again, these are if-then statements every time, if-then. So it comes down here to GovCon cheat codes. This is if-then. Now, I only mapped out in this whiteboard just the overall operation of the offer. Now, let me show you guys the other one here. Where is my Zoom? All right. Is this it? I think this is it. All right, pull that over here. All right. Now it gets deeper, right? So the same offers that I could see, well, now we got to start thinking about social media. This is our lead generators. How do we get the people from off of social media when I drop a piece of content, when I drop a reel, when I create a story? How do I get people off of their platforms? Because I don't own Instagram. I don't own Facebook. I don't own YouTube. I appreciate them letting me use their platform, but the same way that they want to keep everybody on their platform, I need to get my people, my community off of their platform over to my platform. So now when I need to do stuff, I need to make announcements. I got new things coming out to help individuals. I don't have to go look for them because YouTube ain't going to put you in front of all your people. Instagram ain't going to put you in front of all your people. But if you got them on your list, they're in your system, you can text them. You can email them. You got it. And that is the goal of this. It's still just if-then statements. So even right here, as you guys can see, I said, okay, well, what are all the social media forms that I use? And how can we go about automating, streamlining the process so even while I'm asleep, my business can still operate? So I said, okay, well, Instagram, Google Message, my chat widget, Bubble, and my Facebook messages. I want you to come down here. And I go, okay, well, here you go. If they come from any one of these messaging platforms, flow down this way and look for the condition. Did they send a message that said, get started? Did they send a message that said, question? Did they send one that say, help? Or did they send one that say, schedule call? If it doesn't say any of those, I need you to just kill this whole Streamline right now. They didn't say any message that I've built out a flow for, so I don't really know what's going on right now. And I could say right here, send a text, or if they DM me, send a DM that somebody will be with you shortly. Right? I got that choice. You got that choice, however you want. And then I come over here and say, okay, well, based off the answer that they said, get started, I need you to come down here and say, hey, I'm Dr. Travis Davis's assistant. Do you think I want my assistant sitting here messaging you guys all day long? Now, some of you guys definitely probably got the message. I have an automated message set up in the flowchart that if you don't check out, send a message that says it's from my assistant. And that's why you get a message like an hour or two later if you respond. It's because it's when my assistant gets up and she can respond to the messages. That's when you get the response. But the initial start, I'm automating that bad boy. You know what I'm saying? So you come here and say, okay, well, on getting started, I'm sending this DM back and saying, hey, I'm Dr. Travis Davis' assistant, here to guide you the best solution. Please select the option that best suits your needs. Well, I present them with these options. And again, it's just an if-then statement. If they select option 1, they want government contracting information. Option 2, they want a CRM, which is SB Money Flow. If they select option 3, they want the pure money small business. If they select 4, it's a consultation. If they select 5, they want to do a speaker and request for whatever platform. And again, it's another if-then statement. If they select option 1, here's the next message that they're going to get. Great. You selected option 1. Here go your choices. Everything is being streamlined. We got to start incorporating this stuff into our businesses. So are you guys understanding the importance of you mapping out your flow first? Put a yes in the chat if you understand that you must map out what you need and how you want it to flow. Don't worry about nobody else. This is all about you, right? You may be a person that is very great at customer service and you want the phone call to come to your phone when people come in and you want to talk to them right now. You got that option, right? However you want to do it. So now, once we can streamline this stuff out, this is when we start coming back to SB Money Flow. We come back to SB Money Flow and we say, okay, well, what do we need? All right, well, if I'm capturing leads, let's say I did a flow chart for networking. This is the beauty about SB Money Flow. Literally everything that you do, I want you to really start the process. Like, how can I automate my life? How can I streamline my life, how I operate? Well, if you were to go out to networking events, one thing that I knew, because I had this problem, was I get all these business cards, and by the time I get back home, I don't remember who I talked to. Even my handwriting's awful, so I can't even read my own handwriting sometimes. So I would lose valuable information from a business card. And I forgot what we really talked about. So I said, okay, when I build up SB Money Flow, I don't want that to happen again. So I built you guys the FU. Everybody gets this as soon as you sign up. But the FU is the follow-up. I say the FU because, I curse. Y'all know I curse. But FU makes it something I can remember. I ask people, how many times have you said FU to somebody today? See, that'll start sticking in your head. Every day, you should have a goal of at least 3 FUs. How many people are you following up with that can change your life? I want to ask you guys that. How many people have you followed up with so far this week? Like, we just started 2024. How many people have you followed up with this week that could change your life? Put the number in the chat. If it's 0, put 0. It's okay. 95% of the people ain't followed up with nobody this week. So look at FU intake. It's nothing but a form. Okay? I want you guys to understand. It's nothing but a form that gets filled out. It's a very simple process. So we got a new contact right here. This is how we automate it. So I'm going to go ahead and put my own stuff right here. Travis Davis. This is my email, my phone number right here, the industry that I'm in. I'm going to say real estate. Like, this is me out networking with somebody. And I'm like, yo, I want to make sure I F you with this person. I don't want to lose the contact. And most importantly, I don't want to lose what we talked about. So I'm going to say data first contact was today. My FU follow-up date. Well, I always say a week later at max, so we'll do that on the 11th. All right. The NAICS code, if they have a NAICS code, we talk government contracting, so I want to make sure we do government contracting. I'll say 541-519. Their website will be Malmar, of course, mine. The value. Ooh, I love that I added this one in here. Every person has a value to them. If they have no value to them, then I don't know why you FUing. You know what I'm saying? What the hell I want to talk to you for if you ain't got no value that you're trying to bring into my life? Well, that I see bringing you into my life. If there's no value, then, we wasting each other's time. So I put $1 million value in with this contact. How would I know the value of this contact? Well, that involves you knowing what opportunities you want to go after. That involves you mapping out a pipeline and knowing how you see yourself moving in the future, because you would be going to an event that would make an impact to your pipeline instead of just going to a PTAC government contracting event because they just had it and it said government contracting on it. Travis used to go to a lot of these government events, and I found out very quickly that Travis is wasting his time. Travis is like a sniper now. I only go to the events that impact my pipeline of opportunities. So now I can see the value with that relationship. I put a title here, all right? I'll say cyber security go-to guide for my cyber contract, right? Boom, got that in there. If I had an attachment, I'll go there and put that in there. You can take a picture of the car, add that right there. You can put any notes, right? We talked great detail. Oops, I spelled that all wrong. Detail about e-learning. All right. I put agree. Yeah, that person okay with me sending them a message. They be all right. We hit submit. All right. And just like that, that person has been added to my pipeline. Okay. If I want to go back, I could click back and we could go ahead and start adding another contract. Now, what ended up happening is I just got this message on my phone. Okay. I don't know if you guys can really, let me see if I can put that up to where you guys can see it. All right. So I got that message on my phone right there. Put it a little bit closer. Lets me know that I got a contact in place right now. That was the contact that we put in there. So the SB Money Flow sends me a text message to make sure that I know what's happening. Now, the reason I built that out, guys, because the stuff that I'm showing you right here, this is manual labor work, and I don't teach you guys how to do manual things, right? Yes, in the beginning, you may have to do it manually, but you should record yourself doing these steps. And now you pass this off to an assistant, right? I should be able to take a picture of the business card. It goes to the assistant, and the assistant comes in here and fills out all that information. And I just get the updates because my time is too valuable to play around with things that don't make money. What's happening right here don't make no money. So now that it comes here, what also ends up happening is I built it to go onto your pipeline. You're going to have a pipeline called the FU network. These are the people that you're meeting. Now we talk about streamlining the process, right? So we just put this individual in here. Well, again, this is streamlining. Your assistant, somebody on your team can take over from here. They can start sending them messages. They can look at the tasks that's due right here. This is already this is going to already go into your system, and it's going to send you an alert when it gets close to this date to remind you, you got to follow up with this person. That's what you just said before the 11th, right? We got a due date on the follow up right here. So boom, I already know that we got to follow up right there on that date. The other thing that I can do is I can quickly schedule the appointment. Especially like a Zoom call or something like that. We go ahead, go into the calendar, put the calendar in. You put the date that you want to meet with them, put the slot, whatever. If it was a team member, the meeting location would be Zoom. It would pop up if I had it plugged into this account. You put the title right there and book the appointment. It's going to send you an email and the other person an email with the Zoom link. We're streamlining stuff. We're saving ourselves time because I told y'all, your time is 10 times more valuable. And too many times I catch you guys spending too much time doing this. Again, this don't make no money. Things that don't make money, you got to figure out how to automate it. The big boys are doing it. But we're not just going to say the big boys got the money, they can do that. No. We all can do this. We all should do this, right? So you can put notes right here. So what ends up happening while your assistant or somebody else is talking to these individuals through email and staying up to date with them, all of a sudden, guess what you get to do? You get to go right in here and read the notes that was happening on the call. So that means you just train your team when you get on these Zooms, when you get on these calls. Any notes that you need to put right here, type it in. The other thing that we're going to do in the same card is we're never, ever going to have a conversation with our clients outside of the system. This one system, SB Money Flow, is your entire operation. So if I'm going to send them an email or a text, I'm not going to go to Gmail to send them an email. I'm going to stay in the system because my Gmail account is programmed in here. I'm going to click on this button right here. It's going to take me to the client. This is where I need to stay up to date, messaging and emailing. The reason why I want to do this is because literally I plan to have a team. So if you're going to have a team, I want to make sure that if I pick up a call one day or Joe Smo that I just brought on 3 days ago picks up this call, that before they start talking to them, they can come through here and look at the entire conversation that we had. It's no more guessing about what somebody talked about. Everybody in your business needs to know what was being talked about with the customer. And your conversions are going to get higher because you're using the same language that you talked to people previously. You're going to blow their minds because they're going to think that you're the smartest thing since sliced bread. Simply because you can go and recall everything that you've said over the whole last year. And that's how you start making big ticket money. Those individuals get excited about little things like that. And they write big checks, real big checks. All right. So that's how you're going to go ahead and streamline those contacts when you go out there. But I didn't stop there, guys. I realized, man, look, y'all need more help. When you guys get these contracts to come in, we streamlining that too. So you would go to your GovCon marketplace, find a contract, or if you looking at your local or state contract, because we don't have that connection in the system yet. But if you're looking at your local or state contract, it's going to be the same thing. You put your point of contact in there, put an email, you put the solicitation number because that's what we working off of. You put the NAICS code. You put the date that this opportunity was posted out in the streets. And guys, we didn't set this up. You can't say that the date was posted today. Like, I mean, at the end of January, like our system's going to know that ain't right. So it needs to be today's date or something previous, right? And then the response date, okay, I say by the 31st. So we know what's going on. The agency is CMS. This opportunity has a potential value of $900,000. The subject would be the title of the solicitation. So we're going to say help desk. The link to the actual solicitation, which again, you would take off of our tool that would take them to sam.gov somewhere, but we would put the actual link to the solicitation. We would put the description that they have there. We would say, is this a RFI, RFP, RFQ, IDIQ? Is this a state or local contract? We'll put state. We'll actually put the contract, the RFP right here and attach it. And any notes that you need to put in, same thing, hit submit. Once you hit submit, it goes into our database. You guys can come back here and start to build another one. It's tripping right there. But then I come back here. Once again, I got a text message. Let me show you guys right here. What does it say? Come on, focus in, focus. There we go. All right, I got the text message that came to my phone letting me know that we got a new lead up in that thing right there that just got added to my pipeline. So cool. Now I know that it's in the system. That contract is there. I can now come back to my opportunities pipeline and go to the GovCon CRM. And this is the same thing. I can come right here and stay up to date with my opportunities. If I got subcontractors that I need, I could put notes right here saying, hey, I need to get a subcontractor for X, Y, and Z. I could put a task and say this needs to be done by such and such date. The other beauty, if you got a team, you can assign the task to them and say, hey, you need to get this done by this date. Put the description and all of that stuff in there. It's going to go to them. They're going to get alerted. Now you can keep track of everything. The other beauty about this for contract reasons is that guys, you have to document everything that you do in government contracting. Now, if you guys were smart about this, how I tell you guys only focus on 1 to 3 agencies max, because the customer needs to learn you and you need to learn the customer. So if I start loading up opportunities for that customer, well, now I'm going to learn who they are by looking at more and more opportunities that they got. So I would say, okay, this is in a state. My pipeline value, how I always tell you guys, if you want $1 million, you need to have $10 million on your pipeline. If you want $10 million, you need to have $100 million on your pipeline. It's very possible. Don't doubt that you can't find $100 million worth of opportunities. It's easily done. But now that I can see the value of your pipeline, I know we focus now. Without having this stuff in order, I know you ain't focused. You playing around, you chasing money, and you trying not to read, right? But here, I know you're reading, so you'll make a decision and say, okay, well, my assistant put this opportunity on the pipeline. I looked at it and this ain't one that we going to respond to. So I'm going to drag this to won't respond. These 3 right here, yeah, I like it. I looked through it. We're going to add it to review. As of right now, I got $11.4 million that's alive in my pipeline. I got $500,000 that's dead in my pipeline. Well, now we're reviewing it to double check and make sure that we can find the subcontractors, that we can get the money, that everything's going to be in order for us to start writing towards this thing. And all right, well, we're in progress of putting all of that stuff together because we out of the review stage. Now we're getting ready to respond to the whole RFP and put all the eggs in a basket for the things $11.4 million. Once I realize we got the whole RFP together, well, it has to move to submit it. It's all drag and drop too. So when I open this up, I can say, yo, why we don't have new lead opportunities in the pipeline? I'm confused, team. Didn't I tell you guys every 3 days we need to load up new leads to our pipeline, which is new contracts in this instance? Because if everything is sitting over here and submitted and you ain't got nothing new, I'm asking you, well, what the hell are you doing all day? But now that it's all sitting over here, now I can also understand if I won or lost. Now, the reason why I want to track this data, guys, is because here's the kicker. When I quote unquote do lose, I need to go talk to the customer and ask them why. Eventually, you're going to have stuff over here in the loss column. You're going to have stuff over here in the win column. The win column is going to teach you how to lower the loss column. The loss column is going to teach you how to increase the win column. But I need to have the data streamlined for me to see all of this. If you don't have no tool or nothing running this, I'm telling y'all, it's damn near impossible. You're not about to write all this stuff out and having paperwork. Many think that they can do it, and I've never seen anyone complete the mission. So cool. You guys have that there. That's already built out. And there's so many more things that we've built out for you guys when it comes to streamlining your stuff. If people are checking out incoming leads, we've already streamlined this stuff for you guys. If you want this to connect to your system and call, we got where you could set up a phone number and it calls you, your team, however you want phone calls to come in. I tell everyone to set up the phone system, and you want people to call you, but honestly, we've set it up to automate so you don't have to pick up the phone. I want people to call you because I want their data. You know what I'm saying? We ain't picking up no phone, but people love making phone calls. So collect the data. We got a system. We've automated this to say, hey, look, I'll tell you straight up, I didn't invest in nobody to sit there by the phones all day. Instead, I have it automated that when we do miss the call, it automates and say, hey, we missed your call. Someone's going to be with you shortly. And a message goes to the team and lets them know, hey, they need to follow up with this person through text, not phone calls. I like to have things in writing because there's too many scammers out here as well. I don't want to hear nothing about what you talked about on the phone. If it wasn't me and you talking about my money, you shouldn't be on the phone with none of my clients. That's just how I operate, right? I can look at the words on paper and figure out what's going on. I ain't got too many complicated options. So y'all need to fill out the information so I can make sure, and this is real problems with low ticket items, right? A lot of problems come with it. So you got to protect yourself when you're doing things on the internet. The best way to protect yourself is to have evidence in writing. Once that thing get the voice, you ain't got no evidence. So we set this up to not just automate the process, but it's really to save you guys from people who are lazy and want to get into your programs and don't want to do no work. So then they cry and complain a year later and say, you didn't do anything when in all actuality, they didn't do anything. We need to track this stuff. So when that, I was about to say cash back, I forget the name of it, man, what they call refunds or whatever. When that comes in, you can defend yourself because Stripe's going to take that money from you. That third party processor that you had processing that payment, they're going to take the money straight out of your account when somebody goes to process a refund. So you have to protect yourself to get that money back. And this is what we've set up right here. Protection. The next thing that we got here, guys, everything that I showed you, you could do your own thing. This is what I'm trying to let you know. So essentially you would come here to create workflow and create your own thing. But what I advise people to do is just think about when you made that mapped out flow of how you see your company going, ask yourself, did Travis already build this? So if you're coming down your flow and you're at a lead section, like if somebody responds, that's going to capture a lead right here. Well, just think Travis probably already has a lead automation that he already did. If it's checkout pages, invoices, a website schedule call, cancellations, incoming leads, reviews. I mean, we have a bunch of stuff already that we've built for you. Now, I'm not saying that it's perfect for your situation, but say this gets you 80% there. You would come to new leads automation. Your follow-up reminder, you come right here and just click duplicate. And once you click duplicate, you can break this one. You know what I'm saying? you can jack it up. If you do jack it up, you can delete it and come back and make another copy. Always make a copy of what I've created before you start messing with it. Then I come in here and say, okay, well, how did Travis flow this thing already? Well, we got a custom date reminder. When a custom date hits, it needs to go into the system, add a note. It needs to add a task. It needs to email, and it needs to send a text message to let me know, hey, I got to follow up with that individual. That simple. Now, let me show you guys. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you guys my live one so y'all can see. Let's take a look at SB Money Flow. So we got new signups, right? I got these options. These are all if-then statements. Did they sign up for a demo account? Do they want to follow up? Did they actually sign up and buy? Did they abandon the cart? Do they need to have the onboarding meeting after they signed up? I need the existing client status updates. We got our GovCon marketplace training. So all these are broken up. So let's take a look at the sign up purchase. This is just an if-then statement. Here goes the top of the if-then statement. These are called triggers. What is going to trigger your automation and streamline to flow? Well, it's the purchase of one of these segments of SB Money Flow. Then I need you to email my GovCon team and let them know that we got a new sign up for GovCon so they can start setting your account up. It needs to email me to let me know that we got a new sign up. It needs to remove people from the follow-up workflows for people who abandon the carts or whatnot. So remove them from all of them workflows so they don't get them again. And I messed up for my 30-day challenge people. I forgot to add that in. So that's why y'all getting messages that say, hey, do you guys have any questions or whatnot? I forgot to put that in there. All right. We're going to remove the tag off the individual because we want to make sure when people come into our list that they get a tag called the opt-in. The minute that they purchase, you need to remove the opt-in tag and create a sales tag or a sold to tag of this list. Anytime somebody becomes a buyer or a sold person on this list, they should become an opt-in to another list, and you're going to make sure that's streamlined. That's that one-time offer and stuff that I was telling you. Now I'm saying if they didn't purchase the one-time offer, I need you to put them on that list that's going to offer them that same one-time offer over and over and over again until they buy it. I'm going to have it wait 30 seconds. Then we're going to add the purchase tag. We're going to put a note in the system, and then we're going to look at another condition. Which actual plan did they purchase, right? So if they purchased the Elevate plan, I want them to come down here, put a tag on it that is the Elevate. I want you to make a note in the system and alert our team that somebody just purchased the Elevate plan. I want you to send the client SMS, which is a text message. I need you to add it to my pipeline that we just got a new client up there and the value that it was. I need you to give them access to the membership back office of my educational training. I need you to give them, or this was to the AI system. I need you to give them membership to the GovCon Cheat Codes educational training. I need you to give them permission to the 30-day challenge. And then we need to come back over here after all of those options and send the person a text message and tell them welcome. And then I need you, contact is now a paying customer. So that's going to go into the system, let us know that. Then they're going to get added to a whole nother workflow, which is now the onboarding workflow, right? We're also going to grant them access to the affiliate campaign, and then we're just going to hold them for 365 days in case I need to add something in later on. That's streamlining the flow. I don't have to be awake for that to happen. The business can now run and operate, and it don't need me to be there. But again, you can map out you can make this system run best for you if you map it out first. I don't know how your system needs to flow correctly for your business, but I promise you, if you map it out, we have every feature inside of here. Whether you need to automate stuff going to an Excel spreadsheet, we can automate that. Anything that you could think about, any other tools or whatnot, when I come right here and I click on this workflow, and guys, I got to get off of here in 5 minutes because I got to go with my team. If I come right here, this is all the options. We can find a contact. We can add a contact, remove a contact. We can assign a user. We can edit a conversation. We can add notes. We can add tasks. We can send emails, text messages. We can go to Slack. We can pick up the phone and call them. We ain't really picking up the phone. The system is doing it. We can leave a voicemail to the client. We can send them a Facebook Messenger. We can send them an Instagram DM. We can send a Google My Business message. We can make an internal note. We can send a review request so they can come over to the Google My Business. We can send them to an AI conversation booking bot for my real estate, life insurance people. You can let the AI do that for you. You could do WhatsApp message if you run off WhatsApp. If you know about webhooks allow you to talk to other third-party apps. So you can create a webhook that now goes to another third-party app. Take the data from that third-party app or give that third-party app data that you've got in your system. Here goes your if-else statements. This is what you, if this, then that. This is your wait. If you want to wait before you take the next action, this is the goal that you want to set. Timers, if you don't want people to get stuff for a certain time, you could do math operations. You could set event dates for things not to go off until the event starts. So as you guys can see, it's so many options here. That's why I'm telling you, you will mess yourself up if you try to do every option that we had built. I had to build it for all small businesses, but that don't mean that you need to do every feature. What feature do you need to streamline your business so you can go to sleep at night? You don't have to streamline your business how I streamline mine. That would be insane, right? But eventually you're going to get to where I'm at. I promise you that. It starts with one funnel at a time, one website at a time, not two, just one. Once you can get one flow working, you move on to the next. All right, guys, I do got to get ready to run off here. I told you I got my 8 o'clock call with our 30-day. I got our call with our 30-day challenge people. Shout outs to each and every one of them. Hopefully you guys picked up some information. I didn't save enough time. If you guys had questions, I do apologize. Outside of that, once again, if you want to get inside of SB Money Flow, you can go to sbmoneyflow.com. I highly advise you to get the Elevate plan. That's the only plan that's going to have all of these features that I just showed you. The other plan is just the CRM and access to the GovCon marketplace. But if you really want to grow your business, you need to get on to that Elevate plan, and it's going to add all the other features for you. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this information. Don't forget, we're here Tuesday through Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern time zone each and every week. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you share this out with 3 other business owners that you know need to hear this information. I appreciate each and every one of you guys as well for continuing to keep this thing flowing, man. We got well over 15,000 subscribers, and that couldn't have been done without each and every one of you guys. So I appreciate it. Y'all keep doing the thing. Keep sharing this out so we can keep making an impact out here in this world. So thank each and every one of you guys once again. I hope you enjoy your night. I will talk to you all later. Stay blessed.